told me he was going to definitely play last night.
So you didn't listen?
Last night I had to do other shit.
All right, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the end of the world. Apparently, if anyone's following this story, the Yellowstone earthquakes are taking place, which means the super-volcano underneath Yellowstone is about to blow that will kill everybody in the United States of America, and I believe Canada as well, and then blanket and cover the entire planet in smoke. So that's all coming up probably within the next week to 10 days. We'll be right back. If you know anything about this, too, give us a call. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
AshleyMadison.com. It's for when you're not happy in your marriage, you're not getting everything you want out of your marriage, but also you don't want to go down the divorce route either. You can go to AshleyMadison.com.
Suppose you are happy in your marriage. You can be very, very happy in your marriage, Fez, and then say to yourself, this woman makes me so happy that I don't want to bother her all the time. Sometimes I just want to go to AshleyMadison.com. Look, there could be a lot of things going on in your life. Suppose you have a sick baby. The baby's sick and has a brain tumor. You don't want to bother your wife. You go to AshleyMadison.com, start having sex with other women. And then later you come back and you go like this, and your wife goes, where were you? And then you say this, I was looking for medicine. I'm trying to save our baby. And she's going like, all fucking night? 6 o'clock in the morning? You're like, yeah, I am.
It's AshleyMadison.com. It's the #1 website for married people who are looking for something more than their marriage is offering.
And let's face it, married chicks are already broken. They already know what it's like to be treated poorly. Like if you take out a single girl, she's like this, where are we going tonight? You take out a married girl, you take her behind a dumpster. That's it. Then you go like this, I think you know how to find your way home. She's like, where are you going? I go, the baby's got a brain tumor. I got to get out of here. And I go, I have another Ashley Madison lined up.
You're going to find what you're looking for at Ashley Madison, too. Over 3 million members. It's the #1 dating service, plus 100% secure, completely anonymous, and right now, free to join.
Mm-hmm.
No fee to join up at AshleyMadison.com.
How they do business? I really don't understand how this is a business.
And if you don't find what you want...
What are they selling? Lube? We had to figure out what they're doing to get a profit here. They're putting people together.
Yep.
And they're not getting paid for it.
Well, there's no entrance fee. There's no signing up fee at AshleyMadison.com.
So you can enter her without paying.
And no questions asked.
Does it cost money to pull out? Because this whole anonymous thing, what I'll do then is use a fake name and tell them I had a vasectomy. Because that way, I'll see somebody who kind of resembles me like 20 years from now and go like this. I wonder, do you think there's any chance?
It's AshleyMadison.com. Sign up right now and change your life today. Starting today, AshleyMadison.com. Find your lovers here.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. Talking about this end of the world scenario that's coming out of Yellowstone right now. And can you just feel the feeling of doom, Fez?
Oh, it's out there, yes.
Just feels like this scenario of one that the government, nobody else can even deal with, because this is just part of living on the planet Earth, which is no guarantee in being a human. So apparently there's this super volcano underneath of Yellowstone. And these earthquakes could be signifying that this thing is going to explode. And when that happens, there's nothing we can do about it.
Volcano's bad enough. To have a super volcano laying there.
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. It's the Ron and Fez Show. If anybody knows about this or could give us some of this, apparently when this thing goes, we all go with it. Which I like the idea of, because that could fix this economy once and for all. That could get us out of the economy problems that we have. What's wrong, Davey?
really worried.
What are you worried about?
I have a baby, and I have another baby on the way. And
Well, I don't want you to worry. But if this thing explodes,
right.
your baby and your pregnant wife will explode with it.
I know.
So if that helps and puts you at ease at all, just think of it this way. A super volcano exploding through everything that you love. A modern-day Pompeii, if you would.
That's the very thought that horrifies me, in fact.
Horrifies you, or it gives you a moment of peace? Because this way, everyone that you ever know will be dying, and everything that you've ever seen or done will be destroyed.
See, this sounds like a nightmarish scenario. I don't know why.
It's just science.
Right, but I'm really, really terrified. I saw a National Geographic special on this, and I don't know what the hell our scientists have been doing. But
I'll tell you what they've been doing: fucking around with mice when they should be coming up with some kind of an earth bromo, where you just drop some bromo into the super volcano and ease it.
Yeah, or some kind of plug. Yeah.
By the way, too, and I don't know whether there's a lot of religious people, but when this thing explodes, a lot of thetans are going to come out of there, and then they'll stick to your soul. Here is Tim. Tim, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie. The Yellowstone actually ended the dinosaurs, and you wouldn't die instantly when you died from starvation and freezing cold.
All right, so the lucky ones will be destroyed immediately. That's the lucky ones. The rest of us that live through this won't be able to get the sun's light. We will be frozen. And they said we'll probably be, the ones that survive will be eating their babies.
Oh that's terrible. Well, I'm not going to eat my baby.
Can I just have some?
No!
Because I don't have a baby.
This isn't funny. This is a real serious scientific catastrophe that's going to happen here.
It's really
So
it's really where you should start eating the babies.
It's where you're more of a worrywart.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to worry about this.
Well, here's the thing: is that
Earl, give us some music underneath. We were all fucking in a nice music. We're set up for. What happened with Hicks? Why did Earl end up back in the chair?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Between Earl and Hicks.
Tag out. Josh, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, I got some facts and figures for you if you want them. I can tell you how big it's going to be and stuff.
Please, give it to me.
All right, well, they say...
Oh, my God, he's gone. The one thing that we could have gotten facts and figures from. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie B., how you doing?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, listen, I was just wondering if I should stop making my credit card payments and mortgage payments so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I wouldn't do it. I would put my investment in babies. I'm going to try to adopt so I'll at least have some food. I don't want to be without food.
But even the food.
Can I babysit?
No, I'm not letting you near my children.
Two things I want to do: babysit and borrow some mayonnaise.
See this sounds like you plan on eating my babies.
Yeah. How much your baby weigh?
It's 8 pounds.
Well, that's nice for a chicken.
She's not food. That's the thing. And
yeah. Have you ever tried to stir fry her? I mean, she's not big, but some rice.
See, this is what I fear that the super volcano is going to turn people into. Is just monsters who want to eat.
Well,
things.
this is all going on in Yellowstone right now. Now, I have a really good friend, Steve, out there. Steve from Yellowstone. And he is keeping an eye on everything for me. Let's go in to Mark. Mark, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, the timing of this could be, perfect. Could prove the Mayans right. Remember they had the calendar that ends in 2012?
Yeah, but I have my own theory about why their calendar ended in 2012.
What is it?
Lack of paper. They did not have the paper we had. X-Ray, you're on Ron and Fez.
The big problem, Ronnie, with the Yellowstone caldera, which is actually a series of volcanoes, not just one big volcano, it's a series of volcanoes. Like you said, it will blot out the sun, create a cloud of ash, kill the food supply. And if there is no food supply, like you said, you'd have to eat babies. And is there anything more delicious than a red-headed baby? I ask you.
Tender. I mean, I don't get along with that baby, but tender.
Yeah.
Tender as the Thigh
Well.
was my favorite book growing up.
You'd be the last one on the list to eat her.
What does that mean?
Well, it's just, I mean, yeah, as you just
Didn't I
pointed
just
out.
give you an hour of our time the other night so you could rerun Sam and Dave?
Yeah, you did. All
now I'm
right.
going to be the last to eat her?
Well, because you just...
I'll take those bones and make some soup. Stew.
It's so graphic, and we haven't gotten to the place yet. I'm very upset because I used to never care about supervolcanoes, but ever since I had children,
That's the problem with
it.
having kids. I've told you that time and time again. As soon as you have kids, you're like, what? End of the world? And you start to worry about it. Look at Fez. He doesn't care it's going to be the end of the world.
I know, I can tell, but you know.
You ought to start eating pork again, Fez.
Well,
And
I
by
know.
pork, I mean the guy who's in your ass. And by...
That's a horrible nickname for someone. Pork.
Well, he's porking you was the joke.
Oh.
Wasn't a nickname. I was going by, do you have sex? Do you know anything about this? You're not even slightly worried.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm trying to.
It is going to happen.
It's
They said it.
happening.
It's happening now. The earthquakes are going by now 3 or 4 every hour. 3 or 4 every hour. And they have, they're stopping people from getting close, and they've flown in all the greatest scientists from the world to look at this.
And who wants to freeze to death? I mean, we're all the way on the East Coast right
Do
now.
you realize this could happen before we get the first black president?
God.
And then,
There's something on the
and then
bright
someday some aliens will come here and they'll discover our civilization under all this soot and rubble, and they'll be reading and they'll go, I wonder why they never had a black president. And there's no one there to say we did. We did. It just didn't happen in time. Here is. Can you get somebody on this phone, Stu Hicks? Thanks. Who is that? Earl now?
Yeah, Earl.
Switch back with Earl. Switch back. Thanks. Earl, you go over there. Because I've got all the phone lines lit, nothing written up. Why isn't your helmet on? Put your helmet on at all times. Dan, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, they said the ash cloud from the Yellowstone caldera could be so huge that it'll blanket everything to the Mississippi River with 3 feet of ash.
Wow, 3 feet of ash.
That's got to be just at the start. Then that thing's going to travel, that ash cloud.
Well, they said it's going to blanket the whole world. The whole world will be blanketed, and then the frozen winters will come in because we won't have the sunlight coming through.
So even people in Asia, they're going to...
No, they'll be fine. The whole world except for Asia. Yes, Asia too. Asia is part of the whole world. You got another place?
No, I just...
You want to ask about Akron?
I just was wondering if we could move somewhere. Because honestly, Mr. B, I'm seriously considering it. Like, I've never been this scared in my life.
Go to the high country, my friend. You want to leave now? Go grab your wife and baby and head for the high country. Maybe there's a chance you get up high somewhere and you'll get a little sunlight for yourself.
See, I just don't understand why we haven't thought of preventing this. This is going to happen, Fez.
Earth Bromo. Earth Bromo is what we
Yeah.
need. Here's somebody who understands science. It's our own Hard Rock Johnny.
Hello, boys.
Hey, Johnny.
Hopefully this explodes before the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Why are you going to say that, Johnny? Why wouldn't you want the team to beat you to go on and do
Yes,
great
I
things?
would absolutely, and I would definitely have no problem with the team that beat us winning the Super Bowl. Sad day yesterday, but hey, what can I tell you?
Well, I'll tell you this, Johnny. I'm starting to believe that the Giants football fans are the only true football fans left in the country. Because I was a little embarrassed that the Pittsburgh Steelers fans got out of there once it looked like their team was locked up.
Yeah.
Stay and cheer your team.
I stayed until the bitter end. I saw Donovan on the phone.
That was funny.
That was pretty pisser. I was a little angry about that. What
Did you drop the N-bomb?
I might have.
On your phone?
I got to tell you, though, the true classy gentleman in the world, the blowhard, sent me a sorrow email and said he was very sorry about my team.
And oddly enough, Blowhard sent me one that said congratulations.
The true gentleman.
Yeah, he is. He is a gentleman.
So the last time this thing exploded was 640,000 years ago. It ejected 240 cubic miles of rock and dust into the sky. And there's been about 3,000 earthquakes a year over there, but they've been picking up lately.
Yeah, they're coming at at incredible speeds now, and they said there's a bubbling that's coming up from underneath the ground.
It's scary. Did you watch the movie when it was on, Super-Volcano? The two-night made-for-TV movie? It was very scary.
I gotta tell you the truth, I don't watch a lot of made-for-TV movies. Made-for-TV movies are so bad that the stupid John Adams thing won all the Golden Globes last night.
It really did.
That's how bad made-for-TV movies are.
I'm pissed because there's this really good book I read called The Last Templar, and it was all about the Knights of the Templar, and it was about modern times. And it's next week. It's a made-for-TV movie, and I'm like, damn it, why has it got to be made for TV?
Because it stinks. Your books stink, and they get made into lousy movies. Johnny, when's our good friend Eddie Trunk going to be back on the air?
Soon. I think he probably, at this point, Eddie's a little bit depressed, sitting in his basement still, hoping the Giants can pull out a victory, because he is a diehard Giants fan.
Yeah, I know that he is. I felt bad for him, too, when it happened.
Let's see, I got an actual date here. It's next week, I think.
Yeah.
He's back to rocking and rolling on Sirius XM satellite radio.
All right. Well, invite him whenever you talk to him. I've asked Earl to do this, but it does no avail. If he wants to come back on our show and plug before his
Monday
show goes
the
live.
19th. That is his first official date back on the air.
Well, we'll all be listening.
Yes. I will give him a call and tell him to give you guys a buzz.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right, boys.
Peace.
See ya.
So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want you to know it, but there's a super-volcano about to erupt. And there's no... Here's what you should do. If you have people to apologize, now's the time to do it. If you've done something hard... If someone loves you, and then you said something to that person, offhand, you didn't even realize what it was, but it was like a knife through their heart. Say to them, look, I don't know what went on there. Sorry about that. It was just an accident. Some of the things I told you weren't exactly the way they were. That's why I act the way I do. Or Fez, have you ever have gotten somebody a bad Christmas gift?
Mm-hmm.
Now would be the time to say, what do you really want? And then give that to them.
I've always given very nice Christmas gifts. Things just go wrong.
Then you're not one of the people in the bit. You don't have to go along with the bit. You're one of the people doing something else. But this would be the time. Let's suppose if you went in and ruined the O&A show the other day, then came in, locked up, and played 45 minutes of bad radio with them today, might be the time to pick up the phone, call them, and say, I'm sorry. Thank you for the helmet, but I'm sorry. Here's Rich. Rich, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
So yeah, they had some scientists on the radio. He's talking about that they're measuring earthquakes up there, and 4.0 is the danger level. If it goes above 4.0, that's when all the top scientists are supposed to come in and read it. They say there's a 600-mile kill zone, and that they'll be able to 3 weeks to a few months worth of getting people advance notice so they can get out of town.
Well, here's the deal, though. You said 4.0? I read it this morning. It was 4.1. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, that's a new one. So that would mean when you said...
That's it. Here's our good friend Arch. Arch on the Run Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Anybody call Bruce Willis, see if they can drill in there and take care of this thing?
You know what? I could tell, Arch, you're a Catholic, so you feel like you're going straight to heaven. The rest of us are not in such a hurry to get to that promised land.
No.
I highly recommend Dave to start going to church.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I really want to get my child and my unborn child baptized. And that, I mean, when this shit happens...
The priest is going to have to reach way inside.
Want to cover all your bets?
Well, it's like I would feel really depressed if I was in heaven by myself. Because my wife is Jewish and the kid is not baptized.
You're right.
My unborn kid is...
Why don't you do this?
This
I know.
is terrible, man.
Why not first night in heaven? And I know you're going to be missing them. Why don't you go out for wings with me and Arch? We'll just go out, we'll get some chicken wings, and then some actual angel wings.
Right. Well, you'll probably have your family.
Oh, yeah, I will. I did all the stuff I'm supposed to do. I don't go marrying outside the religion, and I made sure I dipped my kids in the water with a priest, not on my own.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't do that, and also I see on I think it's either Nat Geographic or History Channel. It's Apocalypse Week.
Apocalypse Now. They're calling it.
Not the and this is like the #1 thing that they say will kill us off.
The super-volcanoes?
The super-volcano is #1. That they think it's way more risky.
By the way, you know what #2 is?
What?
Blacks, which was really surprised me. That surprised me. I didn't think they were going to rank that high.
No, that was surprising, I guess. But I mean, this beats even comets, nuclear war, plague, or artificial intelligence. We're also on the list. I guess
artificial intelligence. Who worries about that?
I swear to God, that was on the list of the things that will kill humans.
Well, and also on that list is using incorrect towels. If you don't get completely dry out of a shower, pneumonia, death. Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys. Adding to your comment, Ron, about moving to a higher ground, experts have already determined that a person with a little cabin that's got his own land where they can raise their own livestock and grow their own crops, that people with mansions will be coming up to them asking them to take them in. I mean, all the land, all the nice homes that you own. Or
guess who I'm going to be cruising around with? Anthony. And we're going to be taking livestock, and we're going to be living in mansions, and we'll be better off. This fucking thing, it's going to look like that Mel Gibson movie. What was that Mel Gibson movie?
Mad Max.
No, I was thinking Bird on a Wire, where you're going to be traveling around with. See what? This is why I need Fezzy. This is why I need the responses so that I can do the jokes.
Right.
That's the whole thing. When I get the responses, then I can tag back off there. But the constant agreements, that's not going to work as much for me. Jeff, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies, love the show. Hey, I got to implore you, Dave. You could save the world here, and here's how. This volcano may need a virgin sacrifice. You might just have to throw that baby in the volcano. You got another one on the way, man.
That's not funny. You guys...
Did you see this girl online selling her virginity? She's 22 years old. I think she's up to $250,000.
Wow.
I saw her, not all that attractive.
She wants to go to law school. So that's why. But now her tuition's got to be paid for and then
some. But is she legally allowed to do this? Wouldn't this be an illegal transaction?
I would totally think she's selling sex online. That is illegal.
I disagree.
Right?
No.
What else do you do when you're a prostitute? You say, how much will you give me to sleep with you? And then when they do, that's a fucking illegal act and everybody gets arrested.
Well, these conditions have been set up already. And if she's allowed to post online without the government coming in and saying, hey, what you're doing is illegal. If they
so online doesn't have to follow federal and state and local laws.
Well, I just do think that some different rules apply. Like, for instance,
I'm saying she can post what she wants.
Yeah.
But the second money transfers, and she's taking money from for sex, it's over. Here's what I think this fucking little girl is trying to do. She's doing this to have some rich Christian guy going, no, I'll pay for your law school. I don't want you to fuck anybody.
That would be the right move, but I think she's going to have to give it up. And good for her. But I mean, like, you can see prostitutes on Craigslist.
Right, but that's illegal.
But who's shutting it down? Like,
who by the time that she... All right, you're saying, hey, marijuana sales are okay because Pepper sold some to fucking his cousin and nobody stepped in. I'm not saying that crimes can't fucking take place, but this girl went and fucking let everybody know what she's up to. Obviously, somebody's getting a call going, what the fuck is going on over there? We can't be sitting here busting prostitutes, and you're having somebody who lives in your town do this. Make sure it doesn't happen.
Huh. Well, maybe she'll do it like in Nevada or something. See, that could be her out clause. That since it's legal over there, she can just say, "Hey, I
don't know how that works. Don't you have to have a license by the state of Nevada and become somebody who works in that field?" And then, from what I even understand, those things aren't actually legal. That they all keep a very low profile in terms of, what they do in those towns. And they're so far away from, like, regular towns. But who's this idiot? I mean, first of all, I doubt anyone wants to pay this kind of money for a virgin. Talk about the most fucking uninteresting sex ever.
It's probably a male virgin. Like some middle-aged male loser.
A wealthy one?
See, I think it's just the opposite. It's crazed. Who, in the back of his mind, gets all caught up in the bidding and thinks he has the money. And the lady's going like, I didn't know. Can I pay you a little bit?
Well, she's not going to have to worry about it. Because she'll be going down with the super-volcano if we don't get this fixed. I don't know why we haven't thought about colonizing space by now. There's way too much shit going on between global warming and the supervolcano and possible nuclear holocaust that it's 2009, for Christ's sakes.
So what's your point?
Star Trek, I mean, I know it's a stupid TV show, but these shows and movies should have inspired us to reach out. And we should be exploring space by now and trying to find... We could probably live on Mars. We could colonize it. Now, we would have to...
For some reason, the space program not liked by Americans anymore. We used to love the space program. It used to be our biggest pride. And then Americans are like, well, who gives a shit about space? I don't know why they did it. There's nothing I like better than sending people into space.
I don't think teachers really do a good job in grade school. And you got to start kids young. Astronomy should be taught in fucking kindergarten.
Why does everybody blame teachers? You can't say to your kid, hey, there's the moon?
No, I suppose you can, but I mean, the kid is more, if they're forced to kind of study astronomy, in the end.
Because that's what kids like, things that they're forced to do. It shouldn't even be forced. This should be one of the funner things.
Yeah.
I mean, every kid likes that Wall-E movie. What's that about? Going into space.
I've had telescopes since I was yay big,
Well, how big's yay?
Like 3 feet.
It looks like 5 feet.
Focused on the neighbor's windows.
No. I'm a real big astronomy fan. So I don't understand why people don't get more into it, but they should, and you'll all be eating crow now that fucking death is upon us.
I'll be eating baby. I'm going to tell you right now, every rich kid had a fucking telescope. You never saw a regular kid with a telescope. That's a rich kid's fucking toy.
My dad got it for me.
I bet he did.
He worked for a very science-oriented company, as you know. He would get some freebies.
He worked for a fucking drug company. What drugs are coming from space? Why make things up?
Well, I mean,
you let him come in here and shut you down. Happened today. You just stopped talking once he came in. Here's Rick. Rick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie, Fez. Yeah,
now,
if you guys want to survive this thing, you got to go to South America.
South America?
Yeah. Anything below the Gulf Coast will be survivable. Everything in the Northern Hemisphere will be nuclear winter.
See, it's going to make its way around the globe. If you move like to South America and then to Australia from there, you're just going to be on the run until the Earth is covered.
Not Argentina. I'd be willing to have some quality time in Argentina. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why. Steaks and steaks.
I don't know how much time you would get once you went somewhere else.
20 years. 20 years.
All right, that seems like a considerable amount of time. But
Thank you.
But a supervolcano cloud, it seems like it would take maybe a week for those winds to carry all around the Earth.
20 years to get to South America. And like Randy said, South America stole our name. That's our fucking name. All right, Doug has some upgrade on this little girl. Here's Doug. Doug, you're on Run Fez.
Yeah, maybe they'll just put everybody in a big football stadium and ride it out. Anyway, what I was going to say is...
Doesn't it hurt when a joke bumps?
Yeah, absolutely. It really sucked, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's no car crash to break it up, though, like on O&A.
That's because I don't permit as many bad callers. I normally do this. Instead of enjoying the badness, I just get rid of them. All right. Earl, you're driving me crazy with the same fucking song now. I'm literally starting to go out of my mind. I'd throw something at you, but you're wearing a helmet. Did you hear any of Earl and O&A today?
I heard some of it, yeah. I heard the beginning of it.
Same exact dance he did on our show. Same one.
Yeah, I didn't change it up at all. Now, with the super-volcano, besides the dirt cloud, isn't this just going to catch this country on fire? I mean, most of the country is on fire every summer anyway.
Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, if the world's going to end, Fezzy, aren't you going to run home and tell your parents your secret?
I got to have a guarantee on this super-volcano. I gotta see the clouds rolling over Florida.
Your parents are coming up this week, right?
Yeah, they're coming up Thursday evening. They're getting into town.
Staying how long?
I think they go back Tuesday morning.
Perfect. Let's bring them to Pixie and Mooch's party, and we'll tell them for you. And they can see how accepted you are. Everybody come to Pixie and Mooch's party. Fez, you bring your parents. Would you do this for us? And you just stay out of there. I'll explain it to them in front of everyone. Everybody starts to applaud. And then they're like, well, this must be a good thing. Look how many friends he has. Look at all his friends. Mooch and Pixie's party this Saturday night.
It's going to be Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock at the Crow's Nest Bar, 2nd Avenue in New York City, between 93rd and 94th Streets. That is this coming Saturday.
You'll like this bar. You have to climb up a rope to get to it. Crow's Nest. No, you don't. All right, this is fantastic. Your parents have been married how long?
52 years.
So they waited a long time till after you. What did you do? Would they wait till you graduated from high school? Here's what we're going to do Saturday night. You bring your parents in. I stand up. Mr. and Mrs. Watley, not your real name. We all have something to tell you. Everybody chants it. We take your parents and yell, this is great. Yay, your son is great. What a brave thing. And then they're like, this is great. Look at this. That's the least we could do for you, Fez Watley. The least we could do for you.
Sounds like
this
fun.
Is going to be the most exciting wedding of all time. Now, when I say it's a wedding...